snowing in Arkansas. Hey there, I'm Holly, and this is not a hike. It is currently 20 degrees in Arkansas, and we have snow, which is kind of unusual for us. It has been the most fun week for me because of the snow. We just don't get snow very often here. In fact, the last time we got more than a dusting, I think was in 2015. Now we're in 2021, and we got more than a foot. Instead of hiking in the woods, where I normally hike, I am hiking in the city, which is what it very much feels like as I try to move over more to the side of the road where it's a little less icy. It's been interesting. It came down, we've gotten over a foot, and it came down very powdery. So when we first started walking through it, oh my goodness, you had to lift your feet so high to get through it. And then a few cars that had four-wheel drive drove on it, and it squished it down some, and it was really kind of easy and fun to walk through. Then it started turning icy, and there have been times that it's so slick that I haven't known what to do to keep my footing. And right now it's definitely crunchy with some ice on the top. My daughter and son-in-law were at our house when the snow fell, and even though they live 3/10 of a mile away, and we did go to their house a few times to get things, they decided that I had 3 things that they don't have. 1, I had recently gone to a grocery store, probably the most important thing. 2, it had a fireplace, which has been wonderful for staying warm. And 3, sleds. My husband's originally from St. Louis, and Larry has his family sleds that they had as kids, and so we have those sleds, which is so much fun to have. So that made them stay at the house, and my son and his girlfriend have also stayed at the house. So we have 6 of us at home because she couldn't go home. It's a stay where you are type of a thing, and the 6 of us have just had a wonderful, wonderful time with each other and our dog. Snow to me is such a novelty. The first time I ever saw snow, I was 3 years old. I grew up in New Orleans, and my mother woke me up from my nap and said, go outside, it snowed. And sure enough, there was enough snow on the ground that my brother and I took all the snow on our front yard and made a giant snowball. And all the snow on our backyard and made another giant snowball. And all the snow on our neighbor's front lawn, because we figured he didn't need the snow because he didn't have kids. And we made a third snowball. And when we had all that snow, we made a snowman. And that snowman was as tall as me at 3. And we have a picture of the two of us with a snowman in the middle, and the snowman is my height, and the grass was totally green. So I didn't see snow again until I was a young adult. And the first time I actually saw it fall from the sky was when I was in New Jersey. I had been put there on a temporary assignment with Prudential, which lasted like a year and a half. I was living in a hotel, waiting to be able to get into my condo, which wasn't going to be available for a couple of weeks. And I'd kind of gotten to know the people who worked there. It was a Saturday morning, and I looked out the window, and it was snowing. It was falling from the sky, and I was so excited I couldn't even wait for the elevator. I raced down all the stairs and ran into the lobby and shouted, "It's snowing! It's snowing! It's snowing!" And they all looked at me and said, "So what?" So I recognize that any of you that happen to catch this non-hiking video who live in the north will think it's downright silly. But any who live in the south will recognize just how fun this winter wonderland can be and be a little bit jealous of our more than a foot of snow that we've had for at least a week.
I enjoyed seeing God's provision for the birds. The weather was so cold, but the birds were well cared for. Such a great reminder to not worry. God really does provide. It's so easy to slip into a period of worry, but that's not what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to just rely on God and enjoy living in the moment. One of the things we spent a lot of time doing was cooking, and not just meals, but also desserts. Kirsten is an amazing pastry chef, and I think some of her designs are beautiful enough to be a magazine photo, but the taste goes far beyond the looks. They are melt in your mouth amazing. I was so spoiled. And of course, after playing hard, there has to be time for sleep.
What's made it even more fun is this was kind of a stay where you are type of snow, unless you have a four-wheel drive truck, which we don't have. In fact, to let you know how much has not happened, the garbage pickup has been suspended, banks have been closed. There's just not a lot happening in our city right now.
Except, of course, all the fun that we can have outside. As our time was filled with frolicking fun and food, unfortunately one of my neighbors had a house fire. The good news was they were able to put it out themselves because the fire truck never made it past my house. The roads were so bad that even emergency vehicles couldn't get through. And we were very entertained by the hours it took for the firemen to get their truck installed.
A little bit of progress up the street, but they're still stuck.
As it started to melt, we were left with the cleanup. And the neighborhood all came together. Now all that's left are lots and lots of wonderful memories. And of course, the scars in the road from where the firemen dug out the street trying to get their truck free.
Yeah.